Don't you just hate waiting rooms? All the mismatched seats and the decades-old magazines and the uncomfortable eye contact. Hello! Oh wow, a brand new Batman game for summer 2009! Oh, everyone, welcome back to Games Vault's waiting room. Sure, I'm not actually back in the Games Vault yet, but that's fine. I must be getting closer to the end of the defrag, alright? They wouldn't have called me up here otherwise. I even have a ticket for an appointment time. I am number 603. That's 602 people ahead of me. 99 of them are Mudokans, which is good news, because it means that Abe's doing a successful saviour run. Well done! Yo. Bad for my wait time, though. Then again, we've got loads to occupy us this week. Great stuff. I have an interview with the marketing director of Graffiti Games, Alex Van Lep. Graffiti Games are indie dev nurturing champions. Can't wait to have a chat with him. We'll also be taking a look at another secret bastard of video game lore. And since we're waiting, and I don't actually have a watch on, should we check out the gaming news? Let's. Over 20 years ago, at an Apple presentation, Steve Jobs revealed gameplay footage of a work-in-progress project that would go on to become the original Xbox's defining launch title. Xbox, of course, being owned by Microsoft, so awkward. I'm Bill Gates. And to celebrate this long and luscious lineage, the current gen entry, Halo the Master Chief Collection, is introducing cosmetic costume and weapon skin drops throughout this winter. 4 drops for November, 5 for December, and 1 in January to be exact. Fans of the franchise can get their mitts on an Apple presentation-appropriate Orion armour, shoulder plates modelled after the original Duke Xbox controller, and a backpack of the classic console called The Beast. Gear up and flash your fandom. One of my most anticipated RPGs of early 2022 just became a mid-2022 release, but for all the right reasons. Marvel's Midnight Suns has been put back to July after the developer, Firaxis Games, took to Twitter to announce, "We decided to push our launch back because we need more time to make this the best game possible. The planned delay is to add cinematics, overall polish, and to avoid crunch time for the dev team, which, if I'm honest, is something more AAA titles should do as a standard practice to keep their employees happy and healthy. I would rather get a great game after a longer wait than a rushed game made by a bunch of folks with broken wrists and neglected children." But I don't break a sweat, 'cause I know where the sun rises, and I know where the sun sets. From one Marvel game doing the right thing to, well, you can already guess which one it is already, can't you? To the 30 people still playing Square Enix's Avengers game, I am so sorry for how much they're messing you around right now. Earlier this year, they patched the game so that the XP needed to level up became grindier than ever. And just 3 weeks ago, the live service multiplayer title suddenly introduced real-world money payment options called Hero Catalysts and Fragment Extractors to give you a boost in XP earned. If that wasn't shitty enough, a pre-launch blog from summer 2020 on the game's own website confirmed that no such practice, where players could pay to win, would ever be implemented into the game. Whoops, I guess? Well, after player backlash reached a crescendo, the Buy Me Now XP options were patched back out of there on Tuesday. A statement on the game's official Twitter said, "We hope that this can be the first step in rebuilding your confidence in us as a team." No. A bit late now, Square Enix. Could you stop putting Crystal Dynamics through this constant cock-up of one of the biggest IPs on the planet? We all saw what you did, and we aren't forgetting. We even have the receipts. Here's a genuine scene from before the patch was removed. "Oh no. MODOK is going to destroy the entire East Coast. His Kree sentry will slaughter men, women, children. And the only way we can stop him is if you empty your wallets. It's the only way."
"Think of the children. Someone please think of the children!
Okay, maybe not, but the spirit of it was there. And that's the news. Now you're fully prepped.
It's just got a whole lot weirder.
I think Mario just winked at me. Graffiti Games are a video game publisher with a clear mission statement: support and nurture unique indie developers to help get their creations out to the world. Eldorand, Double Cross, and Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion are just 3 of the titles that saw the light of day on PC and consoles thanks to the team at Graffiti working diligently to facilitate the entire process. A while ago, I sat down with Alex, the marketing director of Graffiti Games, to talk about strategies, the publishing arm, how the whole process works, and how any aspiring game developers out there, so might be you watching, can make sure to catch a publisher's eye. Alex! All important question. What comic book style, but you don't have to be, that bombastic if you don't want to. What is the origin story of Graffiti Games?
Yeah, Chris, thanks for having me. And Graffiti Games, we started off actually on the marketing side for video games PR marketing. I started off personally with Nintendo, did some work with THQ, and then last 8 years worked with a marketing agency with a business partner where we did PR marketing for different games. And we've invested in a few titles here and there. And we decided we wanted to do a publishing company because talking to the various developers, they were like, the 2 things they mainly look for are marketing and money to fund the game and the development. And so luckily we found a partner who came about and it just worked out. So in 2018, January 2018, we officially launched and announced the company. So we're a fairly young publisher. And that's kind of how we got our start.
One thing that's obvious from Graffiti's catalogue and the teams that you work with is there's no one set in stone kind of genre or style that you help bring to the stores and publish. Was that a mission statement from day one?
I think, yeah, I don't think we were like, we're only going to do platformers, although we do have quite a bit of platformers, or we're only going to do this. It's really just looking at what the market is. And just if it's a fun game, obviously, is a big thing. You got to see if at the end of the day, and this is what I always tell indie developers, is that it's not about necessarily breaking even, getting a game out there. You want to make money because you want to make more games. So you got to make sure that, so we're always looking for games where we can see that audience and going. And I will say there's certain genres we avoid just because they're a lot tougher. We're not going to go out with an MMORPG because there's big ones out there that kind of dominate the market, or like we're not going to do a battle royale because Fortnite is out there. I know you're playing that, but it's really where we think we can do well, and if it can work well on console too, because we focus on PC console. We're not a mobile developer or publisher, so that's a whole nother ballgame that I can't even touch on.
So I feel slightly mean that my last question is a bit of a kill your darling situation. Out of all the wonderful games that Graffiti have worked on and worked with, what's your favourite one? And you can totally be diplomatic and say, all of them, Chris. What are you talking about? But I'm just curious if you've got a soft spot for one of them.
I would say there are a couple that I have soft spot. One
Semi-diplomatic
is our first
answer.
game.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. One is our first game, The King's Bird, that we ever released, just because it's your first title. I had talked, and even before we started Graffiti Games, I had been speaking to that team for years, and it was their passion project. So I have a soft spot there because it's just kind of like our first foray into publishing. And then Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, just because it's such a fun title. It doesn't take if anyone's played it, the humor is awesome. We do have a great one that we haven't announced yet that is going to be a lot of fun as well. But both those games are near and dear. I think it's also just the way they propelled. I mean, Blue Fire is another one because that was an indie world title that really helped us as a brand. But I mean, I enjoy every game we've done. I wouldn't say yes to a project, and not that I'm the final say, if it wasn't something that our team, enjoyed and liked.
You know what I've been doing a lot of lately? Besides trying to work out polite ways to tell Mario I'm not interested. Seriously, keep showing me his hotel room key.
Let's go.
No, I've actually been playing the original Uncharted, a revisit of Drake's Fortune. It's been a joy to go back and play through Nate's first adventure. No, I don't count Golden Abyss. No one does. Except a certain part of it has got me thinking.
The hell is that?
Hello, boys. Easy, Eddie, easy. What the hell's going on out there?
Didn't you see them?
Oh no. Oh God, no.
We're trapped.
Jesus, what is that?
We're dead. We're all dead.
Eddie, get back here! Oh, crap.
Jake, if we don't make it out of here, I just want you to know, I hate your guts.
Yeah, likewise, pal. Now let's do this.
Yeah, the Descendants stuff. I just wanted to go on a fun-filled romp, exploring or trying to at least track down and then explore El Dorado, City of Gold, to follow in Francis Drake's footsteps. And I forgot this first one is really combat heavy too. I think replaying the second and the fourth one a lot had tricked me into thinking that Uncharted was more about exploration. Yeah, it becomes that. The first one is so shooter heavy. The cognitive dissonance, the complete disassociation from how many people you're murdering is no wonder it became a trophy joke later on the basis of this one basically being a game where you're like, oh, pretty location, shoot for 40 minutes. Not that the gunplay isn't fun, it is a ton of fun, and you really do get into the swing of it. And then the Descendants show up. The descendants of the Spanish crew that found the cursed gold of El Dorado and have had babies in the thousands of cycles since, and created these guys. Suddenly the game becomes a horror game in the final third. I had, thanks to Among Thieves, Drake's Deception, Thief's End, and Lost Legacy, forgotten just how horror-specific the end of this one became. What the hell was that indeed? Did that sequence completely take you by surprise on your first playthrough? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, Peach is here now too. Oh, even she's winking at me. Hey! Now they both are. Awkward.
See you soon.
Can't stand arseholes, especially ones that are right under your nose. But better to know that the arseholes are there than let them get away with it. Come with me as I show you yet another case of a secret bastard, in the hopes that you can spot an arsehole yourself from a mile away. Donkey Kong Island is a peaceful place when it's not being attacked by obese crocodile monarchs in tiny capes, but beneath the surface of this tropical paradise lies a banana balloon of betrayal about to burst. Primates can be quite territorial at the best of times. This much is known, probably. Haven't got her encyclopedia, can't be arsed googling it, but mark my words, that dominant daddy DK is in for trouble when his nephew / friend / adopted brother kind of Diddy Kong comes of age. See, evidence suggests that Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, like Sean Connery or William Hartnell, or Bob Mortimer as the voice of that nodding car insurance dog before his mate Vic got caught drunk driving and they phased them both out. This beardy monkey man is the Donkey Kong we saw in arcades in early 80s, throwing barrels at that Italian builder who became a plumber, who then does whatever he does now to procrastinate from his pipes. So the Donkey Kong, who stars in the likes of Donkey Kong 64, is actually his grandson, see? It's an inherited mantle. But he and Candy aren't planning for babies themselves. Apparently he's sterile from crashing off a Rainbow Road in his plumber cart so often. Which means that, one day, Someone has to try and take his throne. And who knows him better than Diddy? Always there, always watching, always waiting. I've seen enough Shakespeare plays in the background on BBC Two on a bank holiday to know that he's a schemer. And it's only a matter of time before the DK raps his last and Diddy takes the title. Or Tiny Kong does it, she's a scary little git.
Sad but true, folks. Not everyone's as lovely as they seem. But now, after putting yourself through this crash course in bastardry, you'll be master of uncovering arseholes in no time. Stay strong, our kid.
Hopefully now you'll be able to catch out the subtly sinister sods in video games before they do you a wrong'un, and all thanks to that rather handsome Yorkshireman. Hey, at least secret bastards are secretive about what they do and don't just flirt with you very publicly and inappropriately in a waiting room when there are still 601 appointments to go before it's your turn. Great! A huge thanks to Alex from Graffiti Games once again. Their work is incredible. Go check out their website for what games they have helped get published. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this here YouTube channel if you want to catch my extended interview with Alex in the very near future. In fact, while you're click happy, why not go follow us on all of our socials? You'd be doing me a solid. Till next time, pros, noobs, and filthy casuals alike, game on. I mean, if it was Luigi, I'd be all over him like that.